Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I will walk you through how to configure an email accounts in Oracle AI Agent Studio. And along with configuring an email account, I will also be showing you how to generate the required OAuth credentials from Google Cloud Console in case of if you need to add a Google account. And I will cover a Microsoft account addition separately. Now, before we jump into the setup, let's quickly understand where these email accounts are used. What are the use cases for these, right? So in AI Agent Studio, email account support two primary use cases. One is for inbound, another one is for approver. And there is a quick call out that we cannot use the same email account for both inbound and approver configurations because there will be a separate use cases as I shared for each of these. And now if I talk about inbound email account, that is used to trigger the workflow agents. So let's say we wanted to have a trigger, like we have created a workflow agent for ourselves, which will be doing some processing, and then we wanted to get this trigger automatically when an email is being received. Let's say we created an agent which will accept the PDF which is being received over the email, and that will be created as invoice, right? So we want that to trigger automatically when an invoice is getting received over that email account, right? So in that case, we can use this inbound trigger and configure that account, and then there is a thing called pooling interval. So this is the nothing but the frequency where it will check those emails and then trigger this workflow agent. So that's the first part. Second part is the approver account which we have. So approver account is nothing but which we use in human in the loop workflows. If you have created a workflow agent, there is a node which is available that is human in the loop workflow. If we need to add any email as an approver, so we need to create approver email account before we assign this account to that human in the loop workflow node. And once we add this human in the loop workflow, then user can approve or reject request directly from their inboxes. Now there is another things which are part of human in the loop node that I will cover in a separate video. But for email account perspective, this is the one which will be used to as an approver, like you want to get that transaction or whatever the things which are there to get approved from an approver. So now for this video, we will configure a Google Gmail account as an approver. We will be using this use case. Both use cases are same, more or less configurations are same. It's just that only the type is going to be changed. Okay, so now I will go on to the AI Agent Studio. I'm now in AI Agent Studio, and from the navigation, I will go to this credentials. On top bottom, there is a tab called credentials, and then I will go on to this email account. Now, if you notice that there is nothing here so far because we have not configured any account yet. So what I will do, I will click on add account. And as I said earlier that there are two supported options. One is for Microsoft, another is for Google, and they have their own which are required. More or less authorization and things are same for both Microsoft and Google. But for this video purpose, I will be using a Google Gmail account. So here I'm on this. When I select the Google Gmail account, I will switch to approver because I wanted to define approver email account. And here I will have to fill in these required details. Now in the top section over here, we have to write account name, and I will say, let's say Pali uh, approval. Okay. And then in the email address, I will write an email address like this. And then in the email folder, I will set it to inbox. Let me change this. And then polling interval, for now I'm setting it every 5 minutes, but we can set different set of pooling intervals based on which it will trigger. So every 5 minutes. And then we will add a short description. So I will say this is the approver email account for, it can be for anything, for any process, for payables processing. I mean, this is just a description. We can add anything for this. Now, if I come on to this authorization section, right? So here there are three things which are required. We need tenant ID, we need client ID, and a client secret. Now to generate these for Google Gmail account, we need to switch it over to the Cloud Console. So what I will do, I will go on to the Cloud Console. So to be able to go into the Cloud Console, you can go onto the link as console.cloud.google.com. That will go to the same page which I'm on right now. And if this is the first time you're logging into your Cloud Console for Google, then you need to create a new project. Or if you already have some projects which you want to leverage for this, you can use this project. So what I will do, I will go on to this. And so for now, there is only one project. But to get things started, I will start with the new project. So I will enter the name as, let's say, Oracle email, and I will say create. So it will take some time to create the project. You can see this is being created. Now I will say select project. So now I'm in the Oracle email project. And now what I will do, I will enable, I will go into this navigator, go to API and services, enabled API and services. So what I will do, I will search for Gmail API. And then I will enable this. So it will take some time to get this enabled. And once it is enabled, this window will pop up. Now, what we need to do, we need to create OAuth credentials because it is saying to call this API from your own application, you may need to create credentials. So what I will do, I will go on to this OAuth consent screen. And it is saying that Oracle OAuth program not configured yet. I will say get started. I will put as name as Oracle email. Support email ID will remain this. I will keep audience as external. And I will again put my email as I have done earlier. Say this, and I will say agree, continue, and then create. So first step was the project creation. Second step was the Gmail API enablement. Third step, we are creating this OAuth credentials. So now we are on this screen. Now what I will do, I will say create OAuth client. Application type will be web application because we need to access it through the Oracle Cloud. And again, I will put a name as, let's say, Oracle email. And I will add a redirect URL as for the given environment, that is this. Now I'll say create. So it is saying your client ID is this. I will say okay. Now this is created. What I will do, I will need a client ID, I need a client secret, and there is another thing which I need, that is tenant ID. Tenant ID is nothing but your project ID. And to get project ID, what I will do, I will click on this Oracle email, and this is my project ID. I will just copy it from here, go to this, paste my this, and then I will say cancel. Copy my client ID from here, paste this. I'll copy from client secret. For now, I'm showing it to you, but I will delete it later, and then I will say create. So now you can see that this approver email account has been created or successfully configured. Now, if I have to see things, I will not be able to see these things, but this is how it looks like. And then if I have to use this in my workflow agents, I will be able to use this. And just to show you a quick snip from the Teams, how it will look like, let me go ahead and create a workflow agent. I am saying just email approval. I will just say anything workflow email test approval. Here, if I talk about triggers, there is nothing which is coming. But, oh sorry, I cancelled it. Email approval, fin, pencils common, workflow, email test approval, and I will say create. Now if I go over here and add a human approval node and write human for now, I will say email. Here you can see the Pali approval account email is coming. So that's how we will be able to configure a approval email account. And this same email account is not coming over there because that trigger thing only accept inbound email accounts. So with this all things in place, we are completing this video to create the email accounts within the Oracle AI Agent Studio. And if you found this helpful, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comment. Thank you for watching.